If they gave out accolades for acceptance speeches, this Iron Lady would always be the frontrunner. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Meryl Streep pop culture moments.
Oh, shh! It. Oh, my glasses. Oh, I'm gonna have to remember my speech.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're taking a look at award shows, interviews, and other instances where Streep dominated pop culture. Number 10, when Neil Young gave her a guitar lesson, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. In Ricky and the Flash, Streep portrayed an aging rocker who failed to make it big. Although Streep had some singing experience prior to shooting the film, she was a complete amateur with a guitar. Upon running into singer Neil Young, director Jonathan Demme found the most qualified teacher imaginable for Meryl.
And he said, maybe I'll get him to give you a guitar lesson. Yeah, man, that'll be good.
Oh my
God. So my first lesson was 45 minutes with Neil.
Oh, come on!
Dropping by The Tonight Show, Streep recounted her session with Young. Doing her best impression of the Canadian musician, Streep put an emphasis on Young's foul mouth and his appreciation for This Is Spinal Tap.
You know, you see all the amplifiers and all the wires, and you go, what is all this?
Few people can say that they had their first guitar lesson with a rock legend. Then again, few people are Meryl Streep.
And then he said, crank it up to 11.
Number 9, when she failed her own Oscar quiz, Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Cry in the dark, maybe?
No!
Why? Why?
You were wrong!
In addition to winning 3 Oscars, Streep is also the most nominated performer in Academy Award history, with over 20 acting nominations. Streep's filmography is so vast that you'd have to be an award show guru to list off every role that has earned her an Oscar nom. It turns out that not even Meryl herself can remember them all.
Oh, God.
No, that was George Burns.
See, I can't remember last Thursday. I can remember the olden days.
That one wasn't in there either.
Jimmy Kimmel put Streep to the test, giving her 60 seconds to name all the movies that brought her Oscar recognition. Streep was able to recount some of her earlier roles, although she forgot which movie resulted in her first nomination.
Oh, the first nomination?
Yeah.
I thought that was The French Lieutenant's Woman.
No, it wasn't. That was the third. It was The Deer Hunter. Oh, I'm so sorry, Meryl.
Yeah, The Deer Hunter.
I'm gonna have to keep this Oscar for myself.
While she didn't win the gold, it's not like Streep needs another Oscar anyway. Number 8, when she was sick on David Letterman. Late Show with David Letterman.
You don't do anything, you gotta take care of yourself, right? I mean, you don't do things when you're like this, do you?
Well, I thought I'd do this, and then I'd go home and go to bed.
As one of Hollywood's greats, Streep is undoubtedly familiar with the phrase, "the show must go on." She took this saying to heart while visiting The Late Show in 2008, despite having a bronchial infection and a sinus infection. David Letterman was quick to mention that she probably shouldn't be out and about, to which Meryl replied,
Well, I was afraid to cancel.
Her illness became the primary focus of the interview, with Streep coughing and laughing throughout. You have to give her credit for maintaining a professional demeanor and sense of humor, even while under the weather.
I went to the premiere last night, but then went home. I left before it started. But I'm happy to be here.
Number 7, when she met her biggest fan. Watch what happens live with Andy Cohen.
Billy Eichner, everybody!
Being one of the most beloved actresses in Hollywood, it's safe to say that Meryl has her fair share of diehard fans. During an interview, host Andy Cohen showed Meryl a series of reaction videos to her victory at the 84th Academy Awards. People were cheering, crying, and jumping on the couch as she accepted her 3rd Oscar.
Meryl Streep.
Of course, nobody was more ecstatic than her self-proclaimed biggest fan, comedian Billy Eichner.
Who's gonna win Best Actress?
Oh, I don't even... Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep! Meryl Streep!
In addition to spreading his love for Streep on the streets, Billy also got to meet his idol in the studio. As you can imagine, Billy lost his mind, although he swiftly restrained himself behind the bar, much to Meryl's relief.
Are you scared?
No, it's fine, it's fine. There's that thing between us.
Yes! We kept him behind the bar.
They kept me behind her like Hannibal Lecter, but it's good.
Number 6, when she made everything sound more interesting. The Ellen DeGeneres Show.
You're in labor.
let's take a look at your Tuesday drive. Heavy backup as usual on the 10 and the, oh my God!
Meryl Streep has received so much acclaim throughout her career that people often joke that she could score an Oscar nomination just for reading from the phone book. Ellen DeGeneres decided to put this theory to the test, asking Meryl to make even the dullest dialogue sound interesting. Streep was up for the challenge, as she gave an oatmeal recipe a sexy spin.
When oatmeal begins to thicken, reduce heat and simmer.
She also channeled a woman in labor and recited a Wikipedia entry under the persona of a teenager.
The first recorded instance of sandpaper was in the 13th century, mother.
Demonstrating her natural improv skills and limitless acting range, Meryl proves that there's no role she can't master. Number 5, when she won a Primetime Emmy, 56th Primetime Emmy Awards. Over 2 decades after receiving a Primetime Emmy for the miniseries Holocaust, Streep picked up another statuette for her stunning work in HBO's Angels in America. Meryl kicked off her acceptance speech by acknowledging that sometimes she feels overrated, although this wasn't one of those instances.
There are some days when I myself think I'm overrated. But not today.
Streep was especially complimented to be nominated alongside so many extraordinary actresses, giving shoutouts to Glenn Close, Judy Davis, Helen Mirren, and Emma Thompson. Then when the music started to play her off, Meryl just sang along. As humble as she is hilarious, Meryl's award show speeches are always the cherry on top of the winning performances.
Thank you so much for everything you gave me. Oh, and I can sing this just as well.
Number 4, when she met Anna Wintour, Vogue.
Can I take your coat?
Yes, you may.
Meryl racked in yet another Oscar nomination for her performance in The Devil Wears Prada. Streep portrayed an icy fashion magazine editor named Miranda Priestley, who some speculated was based on Anna Wintour of Vogue. There were even rumors that Wintour threatened to fire any real-life fashion designers if they appeared in the film. Wintour apparently decided to finally embrace Miranda about 10 years down the line, as she interviewed Meryl for Vogue.
Obviously, you've played a lot of extraordinary women. What was the most challenging woman you ever played?
Oh, I should say.
No, we're not going there, Meryl.
Reenacting the film, Wintour asked Streep about the Post, Harvey Weinstein, and the possibility of seeing a female president one day.
Do you think we'll see a female president in our lifetime, Meryl?
I think so. Yes, I do.
Good.
I thought we would have sooner, but I think we will.
Good.
Yes.
Mixing clever satire with topical commentary, this interview is simply to die for.
So you're going to run for office? You should.
No!
You should.
You're mad.
That's all.
That's all.
Number 3, when she swapped roles with Tom Hanks, The Ellen DeGeneres Show.
Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
If there's a living performer who's as adored and accomplished as Meryl Streep, it would have to be Tom Hanks. The two shared the silver screen in The Post, inspiring Ellen DeGeneres to test both of their acting abilities when they visited her show. Swapping roles with Hanks, Streep was asked to portray the titular character from Forrest Gump and Woody from Toy Story.
You are a toy! You aren't the real Buzz Lightyear! You're an action figure! You are a child plaything!
Meanwhile, Hanks did his best impersonation of Miranda Priestley and donned a wig to deliver an ironclad impression of Margaret Thatcher.
This lot seem bound to do the same, but they will rue the day.
It's priceless seeing these two acting giants switch places, offering a surreal glimpse into a parallel universe.
Oh, by all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills.
That is my pick.
That's all.
Number 2, when she kissed Sandra Bullock, 15th Critics' Choice Awards. Meryl Streep and Sandra Bullock were both winners of the 2010 Critics' Choice Awards, tying for the Best Actress prize.
Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Actress goes to... It's a tie.
While Bullock was clearly honored to share the award, she decided to have some fun. Pretending to square off with Meryl, Sandra jokingly claimed that this whole situation was, quote, bullshit. to clarify that there was really no bad blood, Bullock laid one on Streep's lips in the most talked about celebrity kiss since Britney, Christina, and Madonna. Giving her a hug back, Streep was visibly overjoyed for Sandra and happy to go along with the stunt. Streep was even courteous enough to stand aside, as her fellow winner delivered a heartfelt acceptance speech.
See, that's how similar we are. You guys just didn't notice it till now. And I'm so just kidding.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
We'd like to say good morning, America.
Oh, God. Good morning, America.
I would like to thank BAFTA for this wonderful honor. I would like to
It appeared Meryl and I were going to have to kill some insects. She was this vicious bug crusher without conscience. I learned something that day. Don't mess with Meryl.
Number 1, when she received the Cecil B. DeMille Award, 74th Golden Globe Awards.
I love you all, but you'll have to forgive me. I've lost my voice in screaming and lamentation this weekend, and I have lost my mind sometime earlier this year, so I have to read.
Streep has given some unforgettable acceptance speeches over the years, but she truly outdid herself at the 74th Golden Globes. Accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award, she used this platform to highlight all the diverse performers the Hollywood Foreign Press had brought together that night. Since so many artists in Hollywood come from varied backgrounds, Meryl argued that putting up walls would only limit American culture.
So Hollywood is crawling with outsiders and foreigners. And if we kick them all out, you'll have nothing to watch but football and mixed martial arts, which are not the arts.
Empowering, timely, and thought-provoking, Streep's speech brought down the house and practically broke the internet, even if some felt it was overrated.
As my friend, the dear departed Princess Leia, said to me once, take your broken heart, make it into art. Thank you for it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.